Hi everyone, welcome again to the class of literary readers. I'm Pratibha, and today we are going to talk about the most prominent figure of the Enlightenment era, Joseph Addison. At first, we have the Kit Kat Club. Now, what was the Kit Kat Club? It was a kind of literary and political association which was started by the writer Joseph Addison. Other than that, the members of the club were committed Whigs. Now, during that period, there was two political parties, the Whigs and the Tories. Now, the members of the club were the committed Whigs. The other members of the club were Richard Steele, William Congreve, John Locke, Sir John Vanbrugh, Sir Samuel Gurth, Sir Robert Walpole, and Duke of Somerset. So this was all about Kit Kat Club. Now in 1750, Pope had been angered by Joseph Addison because Joseph Addison supported a translation of the Iliad that was done by Thomas Tickell. And therefore, in 1735, Pope written a work, an epistle to Dr. Arbuthnot, in which he criticized Joseph Addison and portrayed him as a narcissist and envious man of letters. Now let's discuss the major works by Addison. In 1693, he addressed a poem to John Dryden, and later he published a book about the lives of English poets in 1694, which was his first major work. Then he also wrote the preface for the translation of Virgil's Georgics that was done by John Dryden in the year 1697. Next, we have the campaign. Addison addressed the campaign to the Duke of Marlborough, that was John Churchill, and the campaign was published in the year 1705. Now, this work talked about Marlborough's military genius. Then we have the Tatler. It was a periodical that was started by the writer Richard Steele. Now, Richard Steele published this work under the pseudonym Isaac Bickerstaff. Now, this journal used to appear thrice times a week, and that was Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So, this journal used to appear on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Though at first this journal issued as a newspaper presenting accounts of London's political, social, and cultural news, this periodical then began investigating the English manners and English society, talked about the principles of ideal behavior and concepts of perfect gentlemen and gentlewomen, and proposed the standards of good taste for the general public. Now, out of 271 essays, Addison contributed more than 40 essays to this journal. Next, we have the Spectator, which was started by both the writers Richard Steele and Joseph Addison. Now, this journal used to appear 6 days a week, and this essay includes the discussion of the latest fashions to serious discussion on criticism and morality. This essay also include Addison's weekly papers on John Milton's Paradise Lost and the series on the pleasures of the imagination. The Spectator was eminently successful, and one feature of the Spectator that deserves particular mention is its critical essays, in which Addison sought to elevate the public taste. He devoted a considerable proportion of his essays to literary criticism, which was to prove influential in the subsequent development of the English novel. Next, we have the most important play written by Addison, Cato, a Tragedy, which was published in the year 1713. Now, the prologue of Cato was written by Alexander the Pope, and the epilogue by Samuel Gurth. The setting of this play is Roman Republic during the reign of Julius Caesar. Now, the play Cato is based on the events of the last days of Cato. The full name is Marcus Porcius Cato Uticensis. This play deals with many themes such as individual liberty versus government tyranny, republicanism versus monarchism, logic versus emotion, and Cato's personal struggle to hold to his belief in the face of death. Now, this is the most important quote from the play Cato, that what pity it is that we can die but once to serve our country. So that's all about today's lecture. If you have any query, you can post your comments in the comment section down below and keep watching Literary Readers. Thank you.